We're gonna do it right now. Come on, let's go.
Get your hands off of me.
No, make me.
This is ridiculous.
Hello friends and welcome to my commentary corner. If you're new here, welcome, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back because I love having you in my corner. And today, we're talking about family. We are family. I got all my sisters with me. Specifically, families in media, TV, movies, whatever, fictional families, and why we feel so attached to them, why we love them so much. There's just something in there that pulls us towards them. It's like a magnet. From the Belchers to the Hills to the Pritchetts, I mean, these units, they have something that really draws us in. And I just wanted to dive into some of the reasons why, and we're just gonna have a chill chat. Go ahead, get a little drink, get some popcorn, a snack, whatever it is that you need to do to be comfortable right now, because this is your chance to reset and escape, find some rest in your very busy day. So let's jump into it. I think one of the first reasons why we enjoy fictional families so much, these families that we see on TV that have entire fandoms created around them, is because it feels like they're real. It feels like this could be like a family down the street, you know, and it feels like they're actually living a real life, which is impressive because a lot of these TV shows, you know, they're fake, they're fictional, and they will have the most outlandish situations, and yet they can still feel real somehow.
Magical pen that nobody knows how it can disappear.
Make it make sense, you know. But it does kind of just feel like they live outside of the screen sometimes. I feel like they have real arguments, real struggles, and on the flip side of that, a real warmth to them. And I think something too is that you feel like you kind of grow along with them in their storyline. You get emotionally invested in these people. It's giving like, this is my close and personal friend, Tina Belcher. Of course, you're not. This is a completely fake person, but it can make you feel that way, you know? I feel like that's just good writing and character design on their part, but it does kind of just feel also like these families are the family that you never had. You know, not everyone has a good family, a healthy family. And so, especially for those people, I'm sure that there is a connection with them even more so because you just didn't have that in real life. I think the next reason why we can get so attached to them is because they love imperfectly. Any real family is messy. You don't get to choose your family, of course, and that leads to just a whole lot of conflict because you have a lot of different personalities in close quarters all the time. And that can just lead to different opinions and thoughts about things, and those thoughts and opinions will clash.
Or is it only bad if you sleep with unmarried men?
The Bible doesn't recognize divorce, Britta. When you marry a man, he's your man.
Yeah, and after he marries someone else, if you jump into the sack with him, you're an angel, so long as you don't use protection.
So yeah, that can be dysfunctional on the bad side of things, and then also just inconvenient or frustrating on the easier and less heavy side of things.
No, I'm going to get some air.
But something I enjoy about especially comfort shows and more wholesome shows is that they do put that mess on display, but then they show how you're supposed to work through it in a healthy way. These families who we've come to love and find a comfort in, they've got their problems. You know, the Hills, shoot, Hank never understands Bobby. He confuses him half the time and doesn't understand why he is the way that he is.
Oh, 6 a.m. and already the boy ain't right.
Meanwhile, Bobby definitely has some daddy issues and much like his father, but just in a different way, but he just seeks his father's approval.
I'm not just a big disappointment to you.
Disappointment?
So there's that, and then of course Peggy is a whole mess in and of herself with her delusions.
Yo soy un madre y yo soy certeno y su madre amore you mucho, mucho.
No tengo la menor idea de lo que me está diciendo.
Now she wishes that I was her mother.
Or, you know, just in Modern Family, this family's constantly having misunderstandings and different shenanigans that they get into.
You know what? That's for Kitschy.
And yet, at the end of the day, it always circles back to the same thing. Love.
Hey, cheese.
And I just think it's clear that these families never stop putting in the effort to keep their relationship healthy. Listen to me when I tell you this. No close relationship is without conflict. Not a single one. I've heard it thrown around, just the thought and the saying that, love is just easy and simple, and when you're with the right person, like, you're just not supposed to have, difficulties or hardship. Yes and no. I don't fully agree with that statement, mainly because, so I agree with it in that when you're with the right person, hardship that comes your way and all of that is dealt with in a much healthier manner, and things are resolved and actually feel good, and you're strengthened after it rather than weakened. However, that doesn't mean that it's not difficult or it's not hard still. But I don't agree with it because, and I'm thinking from like a romantic relationship, husband and wife, or, partners, whatever. You're two different people, therefore two different brains, two different personalities, attitudes, upbringings, all of that. And that is going to cause issues from time to time. And you have to learn how to work through them. At the beginning, you've got infatuation and everything is new and fascinating and fun. But then you get to know them on a deeper level, and then you start to live with them, and then you just start to see all of the imperfections, and those things that you once thought were amazing and it was no problem is now like, oh my gosh, this is getting on my last nerve. Or it's the thing that continually is the foundation of an argument that keeps happening over and over again. And it's going to happen in quite literally any relationship. I hate to break it to you, but it's not just gonna be easy. Any healthy relationship is not healthy simply because you don't have any, arguments or conflict or confrontation.
You would be a lot happier if you weren't so obsessed with everything being perfect. Newsflash, life is not perfect, Claire.
Okay, Dad, that's great. And that's really easy for you to say, but do you think I like being like this? No, I don't.
In fact, you have all of those things, but then you learn how to listen to the other person, humble yourself, work through those problems, become a team through them, and not break each other down in the process. That all happens in those, 40, 50-year marriages. They're good and healthy because those people put in intentional work throughout the years to love one another well. And then, of course, with the family, the same rules can still apply, learning healthy communication. I feel like, there needs to be like the word healthy, a tracker up here. Maybe I'll put it, I don't know, but I know I've said it a million times, but it just is a very appropriate word, I feel. But honestly, just the effort that it takes for something to be good, and that's to be said for anything that is good. There is no shortcut. It's going to take some effort on your part. And I know just especially in Western, American culture, we love a quick fix it. We're very much microwave society and all of that. Like everything just has to be instant. We love our instant gratification, and that's just not how anything truly good and long lasting comes about. So any good relationship is going to have that conflict, have that mess, but working through it in a healthy way and becoming stronger after it is, I think, what's really displayed in these shows, really exemplified. The next point that I wanted to make is that these families feel like a safe place. A very prominent family that portrays this well is the Belchers, of course. I think they very much make it a point to show that each member of the family can be fully themselves without judgment or shame or anything like that, which is probably why it's resonated so much with just the neurospicy community and all of that, which was news to me. I was not aware of that. Thought a lot of people on the spectrum love Bob's Burgers so much, and I was like, well, okay. My husband always says, like, girl, you definitely, I mean, if it's a spectrum, we're all on it, of course, so probably all a little autistic in our own way. So I was like, well, whatever. If that is the case and your girl got a little bit of the tism, that's okay with me. But each person in the family is super weird, but it's okay and even celebrated, and I love that.
I like my scrawny stuff, and I'm here to tell my story. Do you have the guts to be yourself?
I got the guts! That's our Tina!
And it's like, they're free to mess up because at the end of it, they're still loved, and there's conflict, and then there's resolution. We love to see it.
Maybe we can practice conflict resolution. Say something mean to me so I can not react.
Well, your room looks like it was decorated by a perverted jockey.
When you say that, what I feel is that you're trying to hurt my feelings.
Oh my God.
Another thing that I wanted to mention, because we're talking a lot about, just real families and all of that, families who are bonded by blood. I think found families are just as important. Not all families share DNA, much like some families in real life. I think some of the best families that we have are the ones that we have created or discovered. Again, not everyone has a healthy family, healthy home life, all of that. And my heart goes out to you. It is really difficult when your home, when your family is not a sanctuary for you. It's not a safe place. And I hate that. But I'm sure that you probably find a comfort in these fictional families. And the first example that I thought of was Community, the Greendale study group. They are a pretty good example because, of course, none of these people are related to each other, and yet they have found such a bond. They don't have anything in common with each other. If anything, they're all like starkly different from one another, and they would never hang out outside of Greendale. They would never, see each other in the street and want to be friends. So I think that's part of the beauty of this. I think it's cool because over time, they become a support system for one another. They connect in something much stronger than blood. And I think it's interesting because, of course, all of these people are a mess.
It's not a principle anymore? Now it's a pen? What's going on and how can I help?
Okay, guys, hey, guys, stop! You're being completely illogical!
That's kind of a running theme that I've been talking about. It's just like they are a mess, from episode to episode. And that's created because of their own faults and weaknesses and all of that. But for each person's weakness and thing that they do not do well, there's a strong counterpart to it. Another person in the group who makes up for what they lack. And I think it creates a really nice balance and a good dynamic. A good dynamic. Something that I've had to learn, even just in my own relationship, in my own marriage. Me and my husband are very different people, and that created some strife for me at the beginning because I found myself thinking like, oh my gosh, is this gonna work? We're so different. Maybe we're too different, and that could very much break a relationship, if you don't know how to work through it, if you cannot resolve things and all of that. It could be not great, but it could also be the best thing because what each of you is weak in, the other can be strong in, and you challenge one another to grow and to become better, to change as people. And I think, personally, I'm kind of biased, but I think those are some of the best relationships. Anyways, I think that is something that definitely shows up just in the Greendale study group and in found family, and I really love that.
What's more likely, that someone in this group doesn't belong in this group, or ghosts? If we have to choose between turning on each other or pinning it on some specter with unfinished pen-related business, I'm sorry, but my money's on Ghost.
And then the last thing that I wanted to touch on that makes these families just so lovable is that they show us hope for healthy family dynamics and all of that without making it too much fantasy. Like it actually feels attainable and realistic. It's like these shows are entertainment. They are ridiculous sometimes and goofy and funny and silly and whatever, but they don't shy from some real conflicts and some real struggles that you will see in real life, thinking about just the Belchers and them constantly being poor. Their financials are just not where they want them to be or should be. The Hills and just their lack of communication sometimes or understanding of one another. The Greendale study group, always a mess, but they all find a way to reconnect and love each other through their differences.
To his long-lost love. Now he roams the halls of Greendale screaming for his pen so he...
I think that those are very realistic goals and things that we should have in our families, whether that be in your blood family or the one that you have discovered and created. We come to these TV shows, movies, whatever, we see all of the goofy antics and love it because it's a nice escape from just crazy world stuff. But I think we stay and consistently show up and fall in love with them because they show us what healthy love looks like. And I think people are really searching for that and just don't know how to emulate that. We've all got a lot of baggage, me included. But even in their imperfection, these fictional families really help us to see just a small bit of what that could look like. That's just all that I wanted to talk about today. I really appreciate you guys for just watching my channel. If you have any topics or things that you would like to hear me talk about, TV shows that you're interested in, let me know. Put that down in the comments. I really appreciate appreciate your feedback and suggestions and all of that. If you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button for me, and go ahead and hit that subscribe button so that you can get the alerts for my videos and so that you can see this face a whole lot more. And I will catch you on the next one. Bye!